One of the most frequently cited historical influences is Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler. He ruled 15th century Wallachia and was notorious for brutal tactics against his enemies. His preferred method of punishment, impalement, earned him a terrifying reputation across Eastern Europe. Vlad's father was a member of the Order of the Dragon, and thus Vlad carried the name Dracula, meaning son of the dragon. Stoker discovered this name while researching Transylvanian history and adopted it for his fictional count simply because it sounded ominous and powerful. While the name and the Transylvanian setting were inspired by Vlad III, Stoker's Dracula shares very few actual traits with the historical prince beyond these surface connections. European legends surrounding Vlad's bloodthirsty cruelty, whether exaggerated or true, may have influenced Stoker's conception of a predatory, ruthless aristocrat. However, Stoker never portrayed his Dracula as a political leader or warrior, distancing him from the real figure. Vampire folklore long before Stoker appeared across Europe, differing from region to region. These earlier vampires were often reanimated corpses or cursed spirits rather than aristocratic masterminds. Stoker drew heavily from these sources but elevated the creature into a more sophisticated, supernatural figure. His novel effectively transformed the vampire from a local superstition into a global icon. According to Stoker's son, Stoker may have been partly inspired by a nightmare brought on by eating too much. Crab, though it is unclear whether this was truly the origin or a family anecdote. Other notes suggest that Stoker's ideas sometimes emerged from intense visions or creative reveries, blending dream imagery with Gothic themes. Some scholars propose that Dracula's imposing presence and hypnotic charisma were inspired by actors Stoker knew personally, such as Sir Henry Irving, the celebrated performer whom Stoker managed, or Jacques Damelat, whose dramatic features may have shaped the Count's appearance. Despite the recurring association, Vlad the Impaler was not a vampire and had no connection to undead lore beyond later interpretations. Many traits commonly linked with Dracula today, especially the fear of sunlight, were not present in Stoker's novel. These characteristics evolved through later adaptations, most notably the 1922 film Nosferatu and subsequent cinematic portrayals. In the original novel, Dracula's power comes chiefly from his vampiric nature. Supernatural strength, the ability to command animals, shape-shifting into mist or a bat, and his need to gain vitality from blood, symbolizing both life and corruption.